Hello everybody, it's time to look at these cocoons. We haven't checked in on them for a month and a half now. The only thing I did within that month and a half was just put in a little bit of food and some grit about 3 weeks ago. I didn't go thoroughly through it. I also added some water and that's about it. So I'm hoping to find some worms. I hope they didn't die on me. Hopefully they're looking good. So let's start on opening this up and pouring it onto the pit that I have underneath here. And right away I can tell that it is dry. It is very dry. Let's see how it is on the bottom. Oh, the bottom is wet because it doesn't want to come out. If you can see on the bottom, we have, from what I can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 worms on the bottom there. I don't want to try to pick at them so I don't hurt them. So let's just say there's about 6 in here, and let's see how they're doing in here. So I can see that we definitely have some worms. So there's a tiny baby right there. Then on the other side, oh, it must have fallen off. Put that back in there. So the top was very dry, but the bottom is pretty good looking for them. Well, no, they'll have a mix up and they'll be good. There's another one right there. So it looks like they all went to the bottom. That's a good sized one right there. So the dry piece, we'll put that at the bottom so it gets some moisture. I don't know if you can see, but there's a tiny worm right there. Right in between this. It's almost barely see-through. Right there. So we do have a very good amount of worms in here. I didn't even count, honestly, but we're looking like it's going well. There's another good sized one right there. I'm not seeing any of the cocoons yet. Maybe they all hatched already. Before I get to putting everything back, what I'm going to do is add a little bit of frozen bread that went bad on me, and I'm going to add some grit for them grit is great for them at this point since they have very tiny mouths. I'm just going to add a little bit for them to enjoy. It's enough. If you haven't seen the video on how I make the grit, I will link it at the end of this video for you guys to view. It's very easy and simple and fast. So please go ahead and check that out. So let's just continue to put the rest of this back into the container. At the moment I don't, oh here's I think maybe 3 worms or 2 worms bundled up over in here. What looks like oh here's another one. Looks like I got a fairly good amount of worms out of these cocoons. There's a hatched cocoon right there. Is that a cocoon that's still not hatched? Oh, possibly. Could be. We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. All right, let me just put the rest back in here. I don't see anything, any worms or anything else in here. Looks like they're doing pretty good. And once they get a little bit bigger, we can start to count them, and then we can place them in my big bin with the rest of their buddies, and they can really get to work in the bin. So I'm going to put everything back and cover it back up. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And until next time.